What's up, guys? Dennis Sullivan here, Sports Snippets with Dennis Sullivan. I'm back on a late Sunday with my latest fantasy baseball sleepers. Been looking these last few days, especially for my own benefit, for some falling under that radar or flying under that radar type of player who's out there. And actually this time I came across a good half dozen rather quickly. So it's funny how that works. Sometimes all of a sudden during or throughout the course of a season, you can run into 4, 5, or 6 players easily without much research that you can certainly see as at least possibilities, or guys that you'd want to track for a couple days or even a couple weeks, get a better idea of, is this someone that you want in either your daily league or your daily contest or your head-to-head league. So let's get into it, guys. Before I do get started, if you do like the content, of course, of this particular video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up. Subscribe, Sports Snippets with Dennis Sullivan. That would be awesome. Hit the notification bell, too. That would be great for future videos. Now, let's get started, guys. The first player that I want to discuss, I want to bring up here for you on this late Sunday is a guy that's actually quietly been around for a while. And he plays this guy plays literally every position except catching and pitching. And he has a pretty good track record. None other than Danny Santana, who is now which makes it even more interesting, is now on the Boston Red Sox. Now, it looks like he made his debut on Friday for the Red Sox, guys. And in that game, just to give you an idea, I mean, he goes 1 for 3 with a home run and a steal this was on Saturday in a win over the Phillies. So this was his start with the Red Sox. And then he homered on Friday. So check this out. So Friday the 21st and Saturday the 22nd, he hits home runs. Sunday he comes back 0 for 2 with a walk. So, guys, Danny Santana, give him a look. I mean, and the fact that he's not only is he on the Red Sox, they have him on Friday. He hit leadoff, and then on Saturday he bats 5th. So who knows? He may jump around the lineup there for the Red Sox, but I mean, they have him hitting, even though different positions, in very productive positions at the top of and middle of the batting order respectively. So give him a look, guys. Give him a look. Next up, here's a guy that, okay, not a household name. Someone, though, that has put up some good performances of late. And I actually have a couple of Marlins today. I have 2, actually, on my radar here. Miami Marlins, but this will be a starting pitcher. Even though I'm going mostly hitting in this particular video, got a couple pitchers I'm gonna throw out there as well. Cody Pinder for the Miami Marlins has put together a string of 3 pretty good starts. Looks like, and he just started this Sunday, as a matter of fact, today, as I make this video late Sunday. And he would get a win over the Mets, go 7, and those are 7 shutout innings. He hardly even allowed any base runners. He only allowed a couple of base runners, .43 whip, and he strikes out 4, getting the win. That's Cody Pinder. Now, in his 2 starts prior, he went 5 innings of shutout baseball. So his last 12 innings in his last 2 starts, he's not allowed any earned runs. So you would go 5 innings against the Phillies on the road, strike out 3, and his whip in that one was only 1. His whip's microscopic, guys, in his last 3 starts. Then he went back on the 12th. So this is 3 really good starts in a row. 5 innings, picks up another win, 6 strikeouts, allows a couple of runs, whip only .80 in that one. Cody Pinder, guys, this season, 2021, 2-0. Give him a look. Looks like a lot of the main apps are catching on. In other words, the leagues are catching on to this guy. He's building up in popularity, but he's still on waivers in many head-to-head leagues. Give him a look, guys. Next up, I want to go with another guy that is definitely, and we'll stay with the Marlins here. This is my second of two Marlins. This guy, we always knew he's a good hitter. He ride the wave on this because he's been hot lately. He's hitting 5 straight games, batting. Now he's still hitting 6th for the most part for the Miami Marlins. Garrett Cooper, first base, right fielder. You can put him in infield or outfield position there. He had a, get this, 3-game home run streak snapped Sunday in the 5-1 win over the Mets. He'd go 1 for 2 with a run scored, and he walked twice. So they're pitching around this guy. He probably didn't get any good pitches to hit, right? Then the 22nd, 21st, and 20th, he would hit home runs. He is also on a make that 6, 7, 8 game hitting streak. Did not play on the 18th in Philadelphia, but he's hit in his last 8 games. Guys, when will he cool off? That I don't have an answer for you. I wish I did. But even with this hot streak, he's only hitting 242 on the season going into today. So give him a look, guys. Got some power to and drive in some runs for you. None other than the one and only Garrett Cooper for the Miami Marlins. Now, next up, here's another guy who really, this guy is definitely, from what I'm seeing, he is definitely flying under the radar. Only rostered, although he is rostered about 60% of one particular app that I'm looking at here in head-to-head leagues. So it depends. I mean, he's a name, but for whatever reason, he was dropped. And I think what happened was, this is a classic case of maybe not really, kind of underachieving a little bit there for a while. Although he's having a good season. Underachieving there for a little bit. He's hitting, he got off to a rough start. So let's get to his name. I'm holding out his name on you. Miguel Escobar, Minnesota Twins. First base, third base. He's only hitting around 200 for the season, but he is warming up. He snapped a 3-game hitting streak on Sunday. He hit a home run also he had 2 of his last 4 games. He hit home runs on the 22nd and the 20th. So the power's coming into play. He drove in 4 on the 20th in California, or in Southern California, or Anaheim, against the Angels. Give him a look. Well, that wasn't a doubleheader, though, against the Angels, but he drove in 4 nonetheless, and he had something like, a couple of hits as well. Then he went 2 for 4 on Friday. Gets another hit on Saturday, which was a home run. So, guys, Miguel Escobar is heating up a little bit, got off to a tough start. Now it's the perfect time of the season, end of May, where you're going to pick guys up, or you're going to get them in your daily leagues. You're going to get them at a good value because they got off to a tough start. So that's what you got to look at. You're going to see guys that are going to be coming around now. I used Brandon Belt as an example a few weeks ago, and then he missed a few games though with an injury. But that would be another example of someone that's actually just coming around. Got off to a slow start in April and the first part of May. So this leads us, so we talked about Danny Santana, talked about Cody Pinder, talked about Garrett Cooper, talked about Miguel Escobar. Now I want to revisit two more guys, 2 more players, and then we'll wrap things up, guys. By revisiting, I mean 2 players I've talked about before, and I want to kind of go back for one reason or another. The first one is Drew Smyly. Now Smyly, I want to talk to you guys about Smyly because this is going back about a month ago. I've only done a couple of videos on fantasy sports. This is like my fourth one maybe total. So I'm still kind of testing the waters in this type of video. And when I was saying, you may want to give him a look, you may want to consider him, he then got really kind of roughed up in a couple of starts. He'd only go 4 innings back on April 25th, and then April 30th only went another 4 innings. But since then, he's gone 6 innings in his last 3 starts, picking up 2 wins, all 3 quality starts. Pitches for the Braves. They're going to score runs, guys. He's only rostered in somewhere around 22-23% of one particular head-to-head league I'm looking at here. So chances of you getting him on waivers, if you need a starting pitcher and you're in a head-to-head league, give Drew Smyly a look. He is in their rotation. He goes next in Boston. That won't be easy, though, so maybe you want to see how he does in that game. That's going to be on the 26th. So that'll be on Wednesday. He'll be pitching. But his last 3 starts, 6 innings, 3 earned runs, 7 strikeouts. He would get a no decision against the Pirates at home. Then he had 2 wins in a row in Milwaukee. 6 innings, 1 run, .83 whip, 4 strikeouts. And then he goes another 6, picks up another win in Washington. Shutout baseball, 4 strikeouts. So give him a look, guys. Give him a look. He has been pitching much better. Drew Smyly, Atlanta Braves. Last but not least, here's a guy, kind of smiling because it's a fun guy to talk about. A fun guy because, you know me. I mean, if you've watched any of my videos before on fantasy baseball, I've only done a few, as I mentioned. I like the Rocky players because I always like starting them at home. I'm a big fan of that. CJ Cron, who is coming off the injury. Now, he has started 5 games now since coming off the injury. He went hitless today, but he's hitting 3 out of the 5 games. Okay, we'll give him that. That's okay. 11, 15, so out of 18, he is a very respectable 6 for 18 since coming off the injured list. He hasn't driven in that many runs. He drove in 2 runs in the 5 games. But nonetheless, guys, he's hitting cleanup for the Rockies lately. He was hitting 5th earlier in the year from what I saw. He's hit cleanup in all 5 games since returning from the injured list. They will be playing in New York to start the week against the Mets. Definitely want to give him a look, guys. CJ Cron, and on the season, now, of course, very small sample size because it is, of course, very early in the year, and he was on the injured list, missed some games, but he is hitting a very respectable 306 on the year, so he's getting hits, and again, 6 out of 18 since coming off the injured list, 5 home runs, 17 RBIs. He's walked 14 times also, so give him a look, guys. CJ Cron. So, and that's Colorado Rockies. So what did we have? We had 4 offensive players to talk about today, 4 batters, 2 pitchers. I say keep a very close eye. Just to recap, let's do a quick recap. You want to keep a very close eye on Danny Santana because we don't know yet how often is he going to be an everyday starter. How's that going to work out for the Reds? Red Sox have some talent in that lineup. So it's not going to be like super easy for him to maintain a spot. But keep an eye on Danny Santana. Petit's a work in progress. He's doing really well, though, lately. I mean, he looks like the real deal. So that's another guy. Smyly, hey, he's been around for a while. Keep tabs on him. Cron's exciting. I really like him. I like just the whole body of work that I've seen so far this year. Garrett Cooper, we always knew was a good hitter for the Marlins. We're starting to see him shine now. And Sano is a little bit more, he's rostered more. See, in head-to-head, you may not have as good a chance. So of those 6 players, I think the last one, Miguel Sano, you won't have as good a chance picking him up. But I do include him as part of this video because of the slow start. And a lot of times you get owners and day-to-day contest players just losing patience with certain guys. It just happens. And chances are good that Miguel Sano's just going to keep playing well, keep hitting well, and he's going to have a good second half. I would be surprised if he stays healthy that he does not have a very good, we're not even at the point or the halfway point of the season, but a very good next few months of this 2021 Major League Baseball season. So leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, guys. Like doing these videos because this is something that I follow myself continuously most every day. It's on my way to work or what have you, or as the day gets started, and I like to follow it. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Leave me a comment. Go ahead and hit that thumbs up, and we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.